Hello my beautiful people, welcome to my channel. My name is Franca. Previously in episode 2, the report that once said never suddenly opened a door, but stepping into hope didn't end the battle. It only revealed the next one. Welcome to episode 3. The moment clarity came, courage rose, and faith took the lead. Before I continue with episode 3, I want to explain something important. When people hear liver cirrhosis, they immediately think of alcohol. But I have never smoked, I have never drunk alcohol, and I have lived a clean life, not that I am perfect. So even I didn't understand how I ended up with this condition. But when I looked back, I remembered something from my childhood. There was a time I felt so sick, to the point of almost dying. My parents were desperate to save me. Out of love, they tried everything people recommended. I drank so many herbal mixtures, different types, different combinations, anything that might help. But what we didn't know then is that herbs, when not controlled or measured, can actually harm the liver. Some of those mixtures were too strong and some were toxic. And I believe that long-term damage is what eventually led to cirrhosis. Herbs are not bad, but they must be used wisely, safely, and with knowledge. This part of my story is important because it shows that sometimes we suffer consequences from things we didn't understand at the time. But yet, God still preserved me. The day of the appointment finally arrived, but this time I wasn't walking in alone. My husband was right beside me, steady and strong. His presence felt like a fortress around my heart. For the first time in months, I felt a peace I couldn't explain. The fear was still there though, but it no longer controlled me. As we sat in the waiting room, I breathed deeply. I whispered a silent prayer, and I reminded myself I wasn't facing this battle by myself. When the doctor walked in, my husband didn't say a word. He didn't need to. He simply sat with me, grounded and present, as the doctor reviewed my results once again. But this time something was different. We weren't just listening, we were asking questions. We were seeking clarity, and we were refusing to accept defeat. And the doctor noticed. The medical fact hadn't changed, but the tone of the conversation did. Instead of hopelessness, he spoke of possibilities. Instead of finality, he spoke of options. Instead of despair, he spoke of hope. Then he said the words I never expected to hear that day. I am going to refer you for IVF. He explained that I met the criteria, that in the UK, IVF is offered to women under 40 who have been trying to conceive for at least 2 years, or after 12 months, when fertility issues are already known. He talked about the requirements, the process, and the next step. It wasn't a guarantee, but it was a doorway, a pathway, a chance. We walked out of that appointment different from how we entered, not healed, not without questions, but with a renewed sense of purpose. My faith had been shaken, but it had not been broken. In fact, it had been strengthened. That night, as I lay in bed reflecting on everything, one scripture rose in my heart like a whisper of strength. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusts in Him, and He helps me. He helps me. And in that moment, I knew whatever lay ahead, whatever mountain remained, whatever the journey would require, I was not walking this path alone. Thank you so much for listening and watching this far. I invite you to join me for episode 4. Episode 4 is really to honor my husband, Ian Ibekwe, his feelings, his fears, and the quiet strength he carried during this waiting season. His emotions didn't end here, they continued throughout our story. But this chapter is dedicated to Ina Ibekwe. God bless you. Share, like, and subscribe so more people can encounter hope. May God bless you as you do this.